Welcome to the So Dope Show. Today is February 26th, 2020. I got the date right today.
26, dude.
February 26th, 2020. This is week 6, I believe, of 2020. And I am your host, Camille. So again, welcome to the So Dope Show. We have a couple things going on today. I'm going to do part 2 of my Black Love series, where I have a couple come in to hashtag talk about their love. And then we're going to get into our first episode, and I have a wonderful guest for that, and also my lovely assistant Jasmine will be joining us and lending her expertise. But first, I want to get into Black Love. So today I have author George Lee and his lovely wife Takesha Lee, who I had the pleasure of singing at their wedding almost a year ago. It's almost an anniversary. So come on in the So Dope room.
Woo woo!
So Dope room!
Just now.
Oh,
Happy right now.
okay, I gotta make some little pointers on my
I
little
feel like you can play a love song. Let me see. I'm gonna play Extraordinary
What you
Love.
go? Oh, I don't want to. Okay, that's okay.
Hey,
Hey, everybody! The So Dope couch. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You sit. You want to go first? And I'll go
Ladies first, baby.
Oh, ladies first. Okay.
9 months anniversary today, baby.
Oh,
9 months today. Today's the 26th.
Oh my
Was
God.
it May?
May
May
26th.
May 26th.
Oh my
I remember that.
goodness.
I'm like, I don't even remember what day that is.
May 26th.
Welcome.
Well, happy anniversary.
We have 2 feeds going.
Oh,
right
oh.
there is the couch cam.
Hey, Couch
And
Cam.
then that one is the main feed on the So Dope Show page.
All right, So Dope page.
So Dope in the house.
I
like So Dope.
Yes.
Nice. I see the So Dope. Oh.
Shout out to intern Gabe.
Shout out.
Yes. Thank
Nice
you,
young
Gabe.
gentleman
today.
there.
He's been doing really
Awesome.
good. Met him at the door. He was humble, respectful.
Yes.
Great job,
I
Mom.
wanted to bring
Yes,
the
indeed.
teenagers in here and
Yes.
let them get going.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about your love.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I feel very privileged to have you here because I did sing at your wedding.
Yes,
Yes.
you
You
did
did
a
an awesome
wonderful
job.
job.
Awesome
Beautiful,
job.
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for gracing us with
Yes,
that.
you
Your
did.
beautiful
Awesome
It's
voice.
my
job.
pleasure. I was
Yes,
excited to
singing
be
my
there.
2 of my favorite songs. So
Yeah.
yes, thank
It
you.
went really well.
It did.
Yes, it
Shout out to
did.
Donnie Styles.
Yes.
Shout out to
DJ.
Dominic. It wait.
He's a big deal.
Yep.
Well, let's start at the beginning.
That's me.
How did you meet?
Oh God.
The origin
Yes.
story.
The origin.
You were-
George is good at this. He's so much better at telling the story than
All
me because
right.
you know I wasn't checking for him, girl.
Here we go.
Let's keep it real.
I knew her before I knew him.
Exactly.
Met in completely different worlds.
Here we go.
And somehow those worlds collided. Well, I'm gonna start with my origin of how I found out that y'all existed. So we were at Mo August, the cookout.
Yes.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Mo
That's
Andrew.
her. Yes. That's my.
And we were sitting at the table having some drinks and some barbecue, and she was like, I met this poet. And I was like, a poet?
You're in trouble.
Dating an artist, I was like, listen, if you fuck this up, you're gonna be all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
She was like, for real? I did. I was like, yeah.
Now you told me that
I
conversation too.
did.
I was like, he's a great guy. Like, when she told me who it was, I was like, but dating an artist is different. It's not the same.
It is.
So that's how I found out, and not that long after it was like, we're in love.
Yeah, it was official.
And we're going to be together. So that's how I find out. Now you can tell your story.
All right.
Of the way
Well,
it came to be.
well, I was came out with my book Lover. A little shameless plug. It's available on Amazon. So that was my guide relationship book for men. So it was 2000. Well, I came out with the book in 15, but this was 16 January 2016.
It was cold
Which,
out.
yeah, that was like our last bad winter.
Yeah.
I remember it was a lot of snow. It was a blizzard. So I had this job where I had my 9 to 5. I used to be off on Mondays, and so I would hand deliver my books and save on postage on Mondays. So she worked at
She's a
Chase. So
saver.
yeah. So she hit me up on the page. Hey, I want a book. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. Where you work, Chase? Okay, I can deliver it Monday.
That's
So
where we met.
Yeah.
yeah. So delivered the book. Didn't think anything of it. We met in the lobby. Gave her my book. She had to go to the ATM, get some money. I remember, I had to look at the bag. She walked away. I'm like, that's what's up.
You saw
I'm a man. So, I found that away. I found I found that away. So
he's an ass man.
Yeah, so
y'all coming together.
Right, so our best. So that was it. So we exchanged money, the book. I remember making a joke saying, now I'm not sensitive about my shit, but let me know how you like it, and we joked about that, and then I left. That was it. That was January. So fast forward to April. I started posting these posts on Facebook, Dear Future Wife. Dear Future Wife posts. I would post them maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Dear Future Wife, I promise to blah, blah, blah. Sincerely yours, George. So one day, she responds to one. Okay, so she says, thank you. Yeah. Now, I'm used to... I was used to... Oh my God, I wish somebody said this about me, or
very nice.
I used to have some females posting.
It was people who had wedding dresses on there. Where are you?
I was your Facebook friend.
So yeah. So she's a simple thank you. I'm like, thank you. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta inbox her.
Dare to be different, ladies.
So I went into the inbox and said, so that was for you. And she was like, yeah, that was for me. I'm like, okay, well, if you feel like that, then why don't you let me take you out for a drink or some coffee? So that was that. And then you told me you had to check your schedule.
Don't be so available, ladies. Put on pause.
Anyway, my loving bonus daughter, she was starting her first job.
Yeah.
And you had to get her stuff taken care of. Shout out to Naya. So you had to take care of her stuff.
Yeah.
So our first date was at Easton at Adobe Gillis.
Yep, you having an orange sweater.
Yep, and I just remember it was they was playing a lot of hip hop. It was on a Friday, and you were complaining about the chair.
Yeah,
because
it
you were talking about it was too big.
Those chairs at Adobe Gillis, they're too small.
Yeah.
A girl like me with all this dunk, I was like, what can we move? We switched chairs
we
twice.
switched chairs twice.
Yep.
So you knew I was impressed because I'm a hip hop head, and she knew all the words to the old school. I'm like, wow, she know all the words. I'm like, that's what's up. So it was a weird date, but refreshing because we were talking about how we were dating other people.
Yep, we were very, very, very honest.
Because it's something I never tried before.
Yeah.
My grandmother always told me, when I used to date one person. And she was like, that's not really dating.
Right.
I told her I'm dating, I think I was dating 2 other girls.
Yeah, a couple.
You were dating,
2 or 3. I have one other.
You were dating one other
guy.
Yeah, it was just refreshing.
Yeah.
So that was April.
Yeah.
So naturally what started happening week by week, the other 2 girls I was dating kind of did this.
They faded away.
And then she was doing this. And I find myself every week, hey, what you doing?
He was always making plans.
I was always making plans. So finally, we still go to the concert series at Easton.
Yep.
On Wednesdays in the summer.
That's the first time I saw us picture. And
yeah.
We actually
we made it official there.
Yeah, that's August 3rd.
He had a little thing like, will you?
They still like each other.
Yeah.
So it was August 3rd, 2016.
Yeah.
It was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
We sitting there at the concert, and I'm like, I'm thinking how I hadn't dated anybody else in like maybe a couple months. So I'm like, let me ask her. Hey, that one dude you were dating, no, I haven't talked to him in a minute. I'm sitting there like, what are we doing?
He was on pause.
Yeah, so I'm like, let's make this official.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, let's make this official. And we were official August 3rd, 16th.
Yeah, it's on Facebook like, bam.
Yeah, that was it. Right. This one right here.
We good.
So that was it. So proposed
here
next
we
year.
are.
Proposed the next year, Christmas Eve of 2017.
Yeah.
Moved in together March 3rd of 18. You know me and Dave.
Yeah, he's on
my memory.
He knows everything.
My March.
Day time when I passed on. Oh my God, I'm feeling good. Oh God, you fell down the stairs on August 2nd at 2.
So yeah, March 3rd of 18. We moved in together, and that was it. Yeah. Then got married a year later. And some months later.
So it sounds like I usually ask like, well, who was interested first? It sounded like you were both kind of like at the same time.
We both were. Yeah. I was a little nervous and a little bit because I'm like, he was just too different from what I was used to. You know, plans all the time, and I used to be the girl that was always making the plans. Like,
Yeah, you told me
hey,
that.
you know, I would always be like, hey, you want to go out to this? You want to do this? So it was very different for me to see it from that perspective, having him make the plans. So I was a little nervous, like, okay, he's a little too good to be true. But he was everything that I was praying for. And I was very, I tell people all the time, I was very specific with my prayers, and saying, hey, the next guy that comes in my life, I want this, and this. And George ended up being all of those things and even more. So very, very blessed. So
was there a point where you were like, this is the person? And if so, when was that point?
You want to tell it first?
You want to go first? You go first.
Well, for me, it was she did a lot of things without me having to ask. I think I started feeling that way around the fall of 17. So yeah, because I made up my mind. I remember so I had to take the boys to the barbershop. It was August. It was like summer, late summer, early fall. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like, wow, this is going well. She does a lot. And affection. I'm a very touchy-feely person, and that was always hard to obtain. Very touchy-feely, attentive, affectionate, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. This is it. Mm-hmm. So I remember I had already started taking her son to the barbershop with me. So I had my son, went to get her son, and then her daughter happened to be at the house too. I'm like, this is my chance. Let me just tell him. So yeah. I'm like, hey, y'all, I brought them all in the kitchen. And I think, I don't know where you were. I think you were at an event. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about proposing to you all's mom. How do you feel? Justin, how do you feel? And they just, you got the ring yet? I said, I think I'm going to get it this week. Or no, I'm going to put the little money on it. But I wanted to talk. I kind of got my blessing from them, from the kids. Mm-hmm. And that was when but it was just a gradual thing over time. Like, she's the only person I want to be with. A lot of things are just automatic with this woman. This is pretty,
And she got a booty.
And
she got a big booty. And she got a big booty. And she got a big booty.
You know what?
She got a big booty.
That's so
you both like to have fun.
Yes.
That was another thing. If I could, I was always in past relationships. I used to get you're too popular, you know too many people. I'm like, huh? Well, I had a couple open mics in Cleveland. I had an open mic here. I'm well known in the hip hop community in Cleveland, spoken word. I had a lot of followers. So like, she was the first person I ever met. I'm like, she knows many people already. This is refreshing. Yeah. So I joke because really I'm from Cleveland, so. She's been here longer than me, so we would go to Sam's Club, the gas station. Takesha, I'm like,
of course. Be like, one more person stop us. Like, oh my God,
everywhere we went, somebody knew her.
Yeah, working at
Delta. Yeah. So it's like.
She got a big.
So it just made me feel. I felt comfortable. I felt at home. I felt like this is what's up. So yeah.
So pretty much the same thing. I think for me, it was kind of like. That summer of that year, when we got together, after we made it official, and then pretty much maybe going into the winter months. 16, yeah. It was like, I didn't want to see anybody else. I was looking forward to him making plans and looking forward to his phone calls. He was just like everything that I wanted to have in my life at that moment. So
did y'all have any arguments before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not as they were like few and far in between.
Yeah, few and far in between.
Well, probably we didn't argue for a while.
For a long time. And that was another reason. Exactly. So I was like,
no, we didn't argue. Like, we were hanging tough in the summer of 16.
We did
Our first argument was probably
in
the winter.
It was in the winter. It was because it was really cold out.
Do that to you.
Yeah, I think the cold. It was something about the winter. It just. And I think our argument was just something so. I think it was about the phones. I think our first one was about the cell phones. And when we're in the middle of, spending time together, because I'm a big one. I answer my phone every time someone calls. So I have to learn how to put it away, have a balance. Yeah. And for me, I was so used to just, hey, it's always just been me and my kids. I do what I need to do. My phone ring, I'm picking it up. If my family calling, I'm picking it up. And he's like, he was in the middle
she'll answer the phone, Scam Likely will call. I'm like, baby, Scam Likely, why are you answering the phone?
So a big thing. I would pick
That's
up my
some
phone.
really good relationship advice.
Yes.
In our world, like everything is like
Everything is right here,
yeah.
technology, and I was so used to just picking my phone up all the time and not realizing that we were in the middle of a conversation. We had stuff going on. We were talking about things, talking about just getting to really know each other.
Yeah.
And he was in the middle of telling me about his past, and my phone will ring, and I'm like, "Hey, girl."
And I'm sitting there like
I was opening.
Yeah. So I really had to understand that.
And she's getting better.
And I'm getting a lot.
A good tip too.
Yep, good tip. Put your phones down.
Put your
phones
down.
down. Listen to your partner.
Balance,
Have
yeah.
a balance.
And then a lot of times it's not even. It's just habit. Like it's just there.
It is,
Yeah.
and
Like,
you're used to
always
doing
in
it.
your
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything we do, everything with our phones.
Yeah.
Everything.
And that's why even recently, well, you initiated it really before we moved, when I moved in with you, about when we eat dinner.
Yeah.
Because it's where, like, and I'm sure we're like most families. My son is on his phone on the game. Marion, my bonus son, on the phone on his game. I'm on the phone, like, probably answering emails. She's on the phone. So when we're coming to dinner, let's talk about our day.
Yeah, so we put our phones away.
So yeah, let's put our phones away. This is probably the only 30 minutes of the day we're gonna get to share our stories and what happened to us.
Right.
So yeah, I love the fact that we got that going.
Yeah, so we do, and we make sure the kids know
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Don't bring the
yeah.
phones to the table, or if they do, they're face down
They're face
and they're
down,
not answering
yeah.
them.
That's
So it's
something
just
that they
important.
will take with them into adulthood.
Yep,
When they're
absolutely.
dating,
Right,
they
and
have
that's
families.
exactly.
They're like, no, we didn't do that.
Right.
Exactly.
Table.
Exactly.
Yeah, building those habits.
Yep, that's
Yes,
what we're trying to
yes,
do. Definitely
yes.
build those habits because
Most
Yeah.
it's important.
Yes.
All those the similar family values. That's so important.
It
Yeah.
is. It's very important.
Into
Oh my God.
mushing and meshing, so you have a blended family.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we're blended.
blended family. So you decided that you liked each other, and then he was like, "Yes, I'm going to marry your mom," and they were like, "Woohoo!" And then you went and bought a ring or whatever,
Yeah.
set up your payment arrangement,
Yeah.
and then we get to the proposal.
Yes. Oh my God.
That day. Oh my God, they tricked
Christmas
me.
Eve. Well, the thing is, it's also my mother-in-law's birthday.
Yeah, my mom's birthday.
So she came over, but the intent was, but she knew, everybody knew except for her.
Yeah, I didn't
So
know.
I already called her, because I didn't want her to think I'm stealing her shine.
My
So I
mom.
remember calling her like, hey, just to
Yeah.
let you know, I'm proposing tonight. Talk to father-in-law, let him know. All the kids knew. All the friends that were over there knew. So we're sitting there. I was trying to wait for the perfect time. I was nervous. I was nervous. So we did it to where we had Justin, my son, go in the kitchen. No, you were in the kitchen. It was Marion's idea to actually have Justin go and get you and say, hey.
Yeah.
Which this was out of
I
character.
thought you wanted me to make you another plate.
Which that's not even me. I'm not making a plate. Woman.
Yeah,
So she knew something was weird because that's not even my thing.
Yeah.
So Justin goes in the kitchen. Dad wants something, and so she was like, "What?"
You better
so
wait.
They're all in the kitchen.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So she led him over. He led her over to the living room to sit
Yeah.
down, and before I could even finish,
I was in tears.
it was a wrap.
Oh my gosh.
And if the video, you hear her mom in the background.
Yeah.
"Hey, well,
I remember.
Yeah.
You
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to my mom,
Sharon
Sharon
Rogers, we love
Arnett
her.
Rogers. We love
Best
you.
mom-in-law.
Best mom ever. But she was in the video like, what you crying for? He didn't even You don't even know what he wants. Girl, what you crying for?
It was hilarious.
So,
That's
I will
the
never, ever forget my wedding
That's
proposal.
the rich
Ever.
But it was
you
a-
do it in front of family.
Yeah.
This is like boisterous family.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mom
yeah.
is one of a kind.
It was a beautiful night.
It was
beautiful
I
night.
remember
was
the video.
beautiful.
And being like, I can't hear nothing.
I
Yeah.
nobody could hear anything. I don't even think I heard anything you said to me. And I know
No,
you
you
said some
started
beautiful
crying
things.
immediately.
I could.
I had a
could
speech.
hold
Wow, yeah.
Sorry. You'll have to do it again.
You said yeah. You said yeah. That's what you know.
I would like another proposal.
Right, right.
Thanks.
So-
If you could do that. Okay, so then you proposed, and then you started planning the wedding.
I know.
Oh my God.
Now, I was at wedding rehearsal.
See,
Outside.
Woo. Yeah.
And you were like, oh, pretty much.
Yep. And that's all that I'm gonna say.
Lord. I had to call him. See, I was good.
It was beautiful. I mean, you know, with anything, any
Yeah.
marriage or any planning of
Yeah.
wedding events, you have those moments were like, okay, this is not coming together. Oh my God, what is it going to be like? I was worried about everything.
She was, and I was 50% involved, so I wanted to.
Yeah, he was very hands-on.
Yeah,
so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, I just love the whole fact.
He is very hands-on.
Yeah, so
it made it a little easy, but it was still some things.
It was me just calming her down every week.
Yeah. I remember being surprised that it was so hot already.
Yeah, it was.
It
was very hot. Okay. And I was really going through my own personal summers, and so I was having a summer, and it was summer, and I'm like, oh my God. So
best day. Second, I always say it's the second best day of my life after the birth of my son, but second best. Best wedding I've ever been to. I'm not just saying that because it was all that was.
We had a wonderful time.
Oh my God.
We did.
Even though it was a blur. But
yeah, it was. I don't really think. I don't know. It's just, it was a blur, but it was beautiful.
Second best day of my life.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time. I wish I could have got a chance to get with everybody. George's vows, of course, upstage mine. Because he's a writer. Yes. So his vows were absolutely amazing.
So
everybody in the audience, I think
love you.
Everybody answered "I do." I swear, I felt like everybody in the room had said "I do," because everybody was like, I heard people sending me videos like, I'm like, I can't even hear them, because everybody was crying. So it was amazing.
Ugly cried.
Yeah, you did ugly cry.
Oh, I posted a picture myself. Hey.
He did the ugly cry.
I didn't realize how ugly of a cry I was crying. So I posted all the pictures. I'm like, oh, that's okay. Soon as you
did that pivot.
Yep. Soon as she did that pivot, it was a wrap.
I know. I was trying to hold tears back, and my dad was like, "You okay?" I'm like,
I didn't know I was gonna cry. But just the journey, you're thinking about the whole journey, and then I'm thinking about the kids and
everything.
Everything just all coming together that one day. Oh my God.
The guests, the music, everything. And you're worried like, is everything gonna go smoothly? Is something gonna happen? But
and see, I'm a realist. I know anything you plan, and the bigger the event is, something's gonna go wrong. It's just a matter of what is it gonna be.
Yeah.
So I'm just I go into it already assuming something go wrong, but it's okay. We'll be alright.
As long as we get to the idea.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all that
matters. So of course you're picking out stuff that, like, she spotted this chair that wasn't covered. I'm like, baby, nobody's thinking that chair. The chair doesn't have nobody's thinking about that.
I know. The things that I was worried about, he was like,
babe, whatever.
He was like, babe, they was eating, they was drinking the wine. It was very, very beautiful. Definitely glad that everything came together.
Yes.
Thanks for our planners that planned it, and just everything.
The wedding singer.
The wedding singer did an amazing job, and then DJ Dami. So everything, and then of course our wedding party, and then all of our guests and family and friends. So it turns out really nice. It was just, at the end of the day, it was a beautiful thing. And we ended up that night going to the hotel. We stayed at the Hilton, and we ended up eating a $40 sandwich.
Yes.
Really?
She didn't eat.
I didn't really eat. So we split a sandwich. We split a sandwich in a Coca-Cola. It was like $40.
Yeah, why didn't we bring anything?
I don't know. We did. Russian. So
who was in charge of hospitality?
I don't know. So that's the only thing. But other than that, it was a beautiful night.
So for each of you so far in your relationship, outside of the wedding, is there like a favorite memory of something that the other person did or that you did together that you just think about it and you're like, yeah, that was a good movie?
I know that. Go ahead.
I have so many, but there's one in particular that I would say is when we first started dating. There was this we did this rap video. It was like this thing going around.
A challenge.
What was it? It was a Monica.
The Monica song.
What?
Silly of me.
Yeah.
The song challenge. We had just really started. We had been dating for a while, but we was in his apartment, and we used to do Sunday fun days all the time. And that was just, oh my God, I loved our Sunday fun days. That was our whole summer. I would leave my kids at home with the gold bag. They would know mommy wasn't coming back. So we were in his living room, and I think we had went out that night.
Yeah,
we had a Sunday fun day,
yes, we did.
and that challenge was going on, and we sat in.
It was late.
It was late.
Because I remember it was like 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning.
I'm sleepy. Let's do the challenge.
Yeah, and we did the
It's
challenge.
in my saved videos.
Yeah, and we did the challenge. And we sat there and we rapped and we laughed and we kept messing up and I kept recording it over and we was writing down what we were gonna say and then he was, cause he's such an artist and a rapper too, so he was changing like, no, say this.
No, you can't say that word again.
He wrote my face like, you can't say that part, and I'm like, no, but I want to say this. He's like, no, you can't say that. So we probably did the video like 6 or 7 times before we actually posted it. And we just sat there and we did the video and we laughed and it was just, I was like, this is my dude. Like, this is my guy. Yeah. So the So Gone Challenge had me so gone and I've been so gone ever since.
That's a good one. Mine is probably my very first birthday with you.
I took you to Cleveland.
Well,
we got sick?
No, that was when you had the cake.
Oh, Lord, the red shoes.
Yes, sir. Well, okay, so
PG, please.
I'm gonna keep it PG.
Oh my God.
You know, so how did you do it? You text me something
like red shoes.
Yeah, you was like, come in. It was like you.
I said when you pull up to let me know when you get here, send me a text message because the door was gonna be unlocked.
Yeah. So pitch black in her house.
It was pitch black.
And she had the candles. She had the trick candles.
Yeah, I had the trick candles.
With some lingerie. Yes, ma'am. With the shoes on.
I had a red shoe.
Beautiful thing. I was like, oh. And you kept thinking that the candles.
I didn't realize they were trick candles.
Yeah.
So we almost set the house on fire.
Right. That's one of I was like, okay.
It was a German chocolate cake.
Yep. German chocolate cake.
And he was trying to blow the candles out. Every time he would blow the candles out, they would come back.
Yeah. He was like, I was like, oh my God. I hated it. I forgot to take pictures of you in that outfit.
Yeah, you were too mesmerized by my.
Heard again.
Beauty.
But I would say that's tied with.
You proposed again.
Right. That's probably tied with the Sunday fun day where we made the chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay.
And we sat on the floor in my living room.
Yeah, we had a picnic.
Yeah, had an indoor picnic. That was nice.
Yeah.
A little corny stuff.
So we try to do corny stuff. He's corny like me.
Yeah, we both.
So, and that's another thing that I love about him. You know, he doesn't mind doing the things that I like. He's a hopeful romantic like me. He'll watch a girl flick. And
I'm a sap anyway.
He's a sap. He's a sap.
Well, not a sap.
Speaking of hopeful romantic, tell them about that.
Yes.
The couch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're on the couch. So
yes, we're on the couch.
Yes.
Well, we started doing that. Well, I started doing this because I would get, I'm a 9 to 5er, and while I'm at work, I'm getting these inboxes. Yeah. Hey, George, I got a question, a relationship question. And before I met Keisha, I was calling myself the hopeful romantic. I was kind of calling myself that because I was just trying to let people know that, you know, you got to believe in love after the death of love, you know. Yeah. So that was kind of my way of self-motivating myself that I'm not done with love. Love is not done with me. So I would call myself the hopeful romantic. Do these little real quick videos that kind of accompanied me selling my book. Yeah. So when I stopped doing them for a while. I met Keisha, and then I'm like, we need to do this together. So we started doing, because I was still getting in, how did you meet her? What made you keep going and keep believing? So I'm like, yeah, we need to kind of tell our story. Yeah. So we started doing these Facebook Live videos. We call ourselves the Hopeful Romantics. We've done maybe, 10 of them. Yeah. But now I call it the couch. Yeah. The couch. The couch. We're on the couch. Basically, it's just us on Facebook Live answering questions as they come in. Yeah. Or sometimes I'll select questions that I get throughout the week. Yeah. Matter of fact, we're doing one this Sunday at 7. And we'll eventually take it to a venue. Yeah. Maybe not on a regular basis at a venue, but we're going to do maybe 1 or 2 events this year where we're going to be at an event, and there's going to be some poetry and some music, and we're going to do our thing. But we're trying.
Put it out there. Trying to, like I said, black love. We want everybody to have this love.
That's right.
Get it.
So just telling our story, our imperfectly perfect journey that we're on.
That's it. That's what we
are. Ask you some rapid fire questions.
We in the fire.
What food reminds you of your partner?
Well, that's easy for me. Tacos.
Yeah.
Because that's her favorite food.
That's my favorite.
Anytime tacos reminds me.
Yes, tacos for you. Oh, so for me, for you, oh. Well, I don't like it, but you do. You're Polish boys. I mean, I like it, but I'm not a big fan.
For y'all, 21644 on the house. That's a Cleveland sandwich with a Polish sausage, French fries, barbecue sauce, and coleslaw.
I've seen many pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his
Polish
thing.
boy.
That's his thing.
Right.
Something about your partner that drives you nuts. Whatever you just thought about.
All right, go ahead.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
God.
I feel like she's making selection.
Right.
That drives me nuts. Not really nuts, but
No,
I can't.
annoys.
George is a lot. He's neater than me. So, I'm the type, I would probably take my robe off and leave it on the couch type of deal, and he'll come around like, can you put that back? Where you get your robe? So that's like, really? I left it there. So yeah, I'll put it there. So just things like that, but it's not really nuts, but yeah, that's about it.
See, the couple that's the thing that annoys me about her.
Yeah.
She doesn't pick up after herself.
Yeah.
A lot of times. She's getting better, but
yeah. Like leave my robe alone. No.
Opposite spectrum. What's one of your favorite traits about your partner?
George he's definitely balanced, and he's a saver. He's very organized. He's very, very, very organized, and very structured. So I love that about him. It's very structured.
I love that she's very, very outgoing. Like we could go somewhere and we don't know anybody. And by the time we leave, girl, we lunch. Yeah, I'm supposed to be meeting up with them next week. I'm like, what? We just this is a gas station. We just came to
like a whole socialite out there.
very extreme, and she makes people feel. And I sense they feel like this, but she with the outgoingness, she just makes people feel like they belong.
Aww,
like wherever we are, very outgoing.
Like they're homies.
Yeah.
I haven't ever met a stranger.
Never.
Personally. All right, who's the better driver?
Me.
You?
Me. I did just get a speeding ticket. I know. It's due March 5th.
She just got a ticket.
40. They said I was going 40 and
genuine shock on
25.
his face.
You've been in an accident. I ain't been in an accident in 15 years. My last ticket was in 03.
Oh, George.
Babe, you follow real close behind cars. Really?
Do I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess.
Better cook?
Me.
Burn.
Her. I'm not even going. Yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
You know it.
Yeah.
Who wakes up first?
Me.
Her. She's the morning person. I'm the night owl.
Yeah.
But I'm jealous because I feel like you get more done when you're a morning person. I wish I was a morning person.
I'm a morning person.
I'm up, but I'm just I remember.
There's up, and then there's like.
Yeah, that's her. Before we moved in together, and she was spending the night at my apartment. We had this. It wasn't an argument, but she was. I could tell she was annoyed because she was trying to have a full-on convo with me.
Yeah,
it was 6 something, and she would get up from my apartment to go to her apartment to go to work, and I'm sitting there like, huh? Yeah, this is I'm like, I'm not. Hold on, what are you? Yeah,
I need him to be up with me.
Yeah, and I'm up until midnight easily every night.
Owl.
I can't. Yeah,
I'm up early.
Morning person.
5:36 a.m. Let's go.
What adventure are you looking most forward to? Like something that you want to do together, go together, experience together?
Our honeymoon.
Yeah, we're gonna take it this year. We didn't take it, so
our honeymoon.
we need a trip.
Yes.
Do you know where you want to go?
We haven't narrowed it down yet, but
We
we
got
going
several.
somewhere. We got a few places.
A few places in mind.
Yeah, so we just gotta narrow it down. We getting out of here, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to. I need at least 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, like an anniversary trip.
Yeah, so yeah.
Exactly. That's what we think.
That's what it's gonna be.
Moon.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, out of
Name
here.
it something cute. And
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yes, so we're doing it. Yeah.
Any advice for people who are dating, who are thinking about maybe?
Okay, number one, I would say I'm glad the dating spree that I was on before I met her was the best dating I ever did. It took me to get to 40 to do it that way. Like I said, my grandmother, I would date one person and that was it. And then I would attach myself to that person, and then next thing I know, we're girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah.
And my grandmother used to observe this. George, you're not really dating. Why do you go to one house? Do you go to one car and say, okay, that's the car I'm getting, that's the house? So yeah, I would say date for real date. And I also have this in my book because I don't think a lot of us don't do it, but I would say more men don't do it than women. Just be honest. Yeah, it's too many. What I discovered when I was dating, because I hadn't dated since 2003, prior to my first marriage. And so now I'm dating at 14. It was a whole different world. Mm-hmm. But there's so many different people out here that want so many different things. Mm-hmm. Why lie and take someone on an unwanted journey? Just be honest, and you'll find whomever wants that same journey.
Just take all their options.
Yeah,
make their own choice.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
They don't even know what's really happening.
That's what you're doing when you're not being honest. So I would just say, be honest. Mm-hmm. Know who you are. Yep. Heal from whatever you went through. Make sure you're healed. Take your time.
It's okay to go to therapy.
It's okay.
Yes, therapy.
It's all right.
If you need it, get it.
It should be like, I think therapy should be like your annual physical.
Yes,
also
exactly.
Just to check in.
Just to check in. Just to check in. I totally agree. So ditto to everything that my husband just said. Yeah. Be honest. Being honest, I think, is just the number one thing where you're putting yourself out into the dating world. Is just to really be honest with the person that you're dating. I mean, or the people. If you got multiple people, let them all know. With me when I was dating George, at the time I told him, one of my sorority sisters said, this time just be a serial dater, date, and that's exactly what I did. So when I met George, I was like, hey, yeah, I'm seeing somebody. I was just with him at a wedding the week before. So just be honest. And I just think if you be honest, it'll open up the doors for so much more. It just makes it
because you'll attract what you really want.
What you really want.
Because now you're being intentional with your dating. You're
intentional.
You're being intentional.
Yep, being intentional. So.
All right. Before I ask my last question, things you want to plug and you think they should know about.
All right.
Well, let's see. Where to find them?
Well, I have as I spoke about it briefly earlier, my book Lover, which is basically my guidebook for men. Although most women buy it, but it could benefit women. But it's basically chapters which I call letters. Mm-hmm. For example, the letter of communication. There's a letter of devotion, a letter of parenthood. A letter of honesty. Mm-hmm. It's just basically, I feel like I was blessed enough I saw a real man growing up, my dad, George Lee Sr., who I saw every day of my life treat my mother like a queen. Mm-hmm. And I just assumed that's how you're supposed to treat women because I saw it. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of men out here, which I'm not excusing it, but they have a lot of dysfunctional behavior when it comes to the opposite sex. So my thing was, let me document what I saw and what I believe to be good behavior for those who might need a map. So, Lover.
Did you find yourself learning along the way when you were writing it?
Definitely, yeah. And ironically, I started writing it at the end of my marriage. A lot of people thought I was writing it as a way to kind of self-heal when I got divorced, but I actually wrote it. I started writing it in the last 2 years of my marriage.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I didn't finish it until I started dating. But there were things I started kind of changing my mind about or discovered as I was writing it.
Yeah.
But you can find it on Amazon, $15, Lover, Lover, if you put that in and put in George Lee Jr. Mm-hmm. Also, I have a book that I'm selling that's going to also be on Amazon soon, Dear Future Wife, which is basically how I met this queen right here. I just took all of my Facebook posts, all of my dear future wife posts, and put it into a book. And that's only $12. You can go to my page, author George Lee Jr., and hit me up for that. And I say look out for future events in regards to our couch series.
I'll be sharing all of it too.
Yep, it will be this Sunday, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the couch taking questions, answering questions. Black Love, that's right. And I think that's about it for now. Yeah, look out for our event that I'll be plugging, the Couch Live. Yeah. Other than that, that's it for now. Yeah.
I don't have any plugs. It's just me. I'm just hanging out with this guy. Oh my God. So, peace, love, and blessings to you all.
All right, the last thing I have for each of you. Excuse me. does black love mean to you?
You want to go first? You want me to tackle it?
You can tackle it.
Okay. Well, black love to me, love is love is love is love. But black love to me is it's just basically hope. Because it's so rare, and to me it's kind of an endangered species. So when I think of black love, I just think of a diamond. I just think of a gem. I just think of something that we should all
rare.
Right, just rare.
Rare. That's all I want to say. It's black love to me is just rare.
Rare.
It's just rare.
And of course,
and
you know,
we all want it.
Yeah, we all want it.
We all want it.
Yeah.
We all deserve it. You know.
Yeah, and it's just about relating. I mean, of course, I'm not against interracial dating.
Right? No, not at all. We better put
but
that too.
there is a
No, we don't have to. Listen, here on the So Dope Show, yes, love is love.
Yeah, love is love.
But we're talking about
Black
our
love.
love right now.
Our love.
All right.
We do not need no disclaimers.
That's right.
Talk about our love.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Well, then
yeah.
I'm good to know.
There
Happy
we
to know
go.
that. All right.
But it's a
Black
beautiful
love,
thing that we
black love, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Period.
Because
Period.
we share, we culturally we're sharing each other, you know, each other's lineage, culture. And it's just all, and it's about family, and we need that, you know, because our families are.
Our families need it. Our children need
Yeah.
it. They need to see it in our households, like with us.
Because the community starts with us.
Yes,
It
our
starts with the
boys.
couple.
We're raising young men, and we
Yeah.
need them to see black
We
love.
need
That
them
was
to see
important
that.
for
Oh,
me.
they were paying attention at that wedding.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
son, he's watching.
Yeah.
You know, Justin, my bonus son, he's watching his
that's
dad
right.
the way his dad is with me. And also, even though his dad and his mom isn't together, you know, anymore, he still looks how his dad is respectful to his mom.
He's watching that
He's
relationship.
watching that
Oh, he's
relationship.
watching all of it.
So it's important for
Examples.
us to be the example so that our future children, those that are coming up behind us, they can see that. So, not future children, the children that we have. Not the future. We ain't having no babies. I
Not having babies.
I misspoke. Sorry, excuse
Okay.
me. For the children that we
Edit
have,
Can this be
and that
edited?
be edited. Let me rewind.
Well, it's about, the couple breeds the family breeds the community.
Yeah, the community.
And that's what black love is all
Black
about.
love
Because
is
we need a
beautiful.
stronger black community, and it starts with this.
It starts with
two
this.
people.
Yes. Yep. Two unselfish
That's right.
people.
Unselfish people.
Two
I do have
unselfish
one more
people.
thing. I almost forgot, and I almost forget this. So we do something called 30 seconds of joy. Actually, I'm going to set a timer.
Okay.
So while I'm setting my timer, each of you think of something that makes you really, really happy and excited, and you like to just want to tell everybody about it.
Okay.
So we've had B2K, we've
Okay.
had weed, we've had somebody's kids, just the spectrum of it.
Okay.
So when I start the timer, we decide who goes first. We have
Okay. 30 seconds
things.
is good. Okay. Let me see.
And you're gonna look in that camera over
Okay.
there, and you're gonna tell us all about your thing.
That makes me happy. In 30 seconds. That brings me joy.
Yep.
I'll go first.
I'll say, so here's Takesha's 30 seconds of joy.
Okay,
Go.
30 seconds of joy. My children, Amarian, Anaya, my bonus son Justin, my husband, my grandmother. Oh my gosh, she brings me joy. Every day, I call her every single day. Shout out to Flora Arnett in Saginaw, Michigan. My auntie Linda, my mom, they bring me joy. I love ice cream, cookies and cream. Oh my God, I love ice cream. I love cookies. I love cakes. I love pies. I have them all over me. Can't you see? I love perfumes. I love lotions. I love spending time. I love movies. I love TV. I love being with my family. I'm family. I love being with my sisters, my sorors, my best friends, my girlfriends, girlfriend times, trips, drinks, wine. I love wine, everybody.
Lord, my wife. This is why I married her, y'all. This is why I married her.
Okay.
Entertaining,
All right.
boy.
There's my 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right. So here is author / poet
All right.
George Lee. 30 seconds of joy and go.
All right, my beautiful wife, my son Justin, my bonus kids, Amarian and Anaya, her family, my beautiful mother-in-law, cousins, aunts, and uncles, my family, the Lees, the Gilmores, and the Stamps, and the Edwards, Polish boys, music, all genres. I love all genres of music, all good music.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott. Shout out to Jill Scott. Shoot, Polish boy, steak, lasagna, German chocolate cake. Wow, that's already 30 seconds. I talk so slow and music.
Thank you guys so much.
Good. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
So much more out.
I'm sorry. I'm fast. You gotta be quick.
Yeah, I gotta be quick with it.
You were quick enough. You were. Just speak.
Right.
Just let it flow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. This was good. This was a good time.
We have. Oh, that's a timer. I'm like, what?
This was good.
All right. So if you have a sensitive sense of being, or you are shy, or you have kids around you, either log off, or put the kids away.
Put them to bed.
We're gonna bring in
early time.
Second guest in a second here, and then we're gonna get into our sex episode.
Ooh. All right now. Sex. All right.
I should have said that the 30 seconds.
Yeah, you should. You forgot that part, so that's not in your 30 seconds of happiness of joy. I said cuddling with my husband.
Cuddling's not sex.
Well, sex with my husband. I said it now.
Okay.
That's a wonderful transition. All right, guys.
Thank you so much. And I'm loving the Soul Dope pillow.
Thank you.
All right.
Have more wine.
Yes, I am. I'm going to get some more wine on my way out.
Yes, we are.
This is so nice. Thank you.
Thank y'all. We loved it out here.
Y'all might think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm crazy.
No, I thought it was amazing.
Y'all think I'm crazy.
Y'all fit so well. Y'all just work.
Girl, yes.
Y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm crazy, huh?
All right. I'm going to. Over here. Let me switch to something that's not about love.
I do. He looks like one of your people.
Intern.
I think she called you
Intern.
He likes actually work today.
You close the door. I don't want you to hear this.
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to know your mom this way.
Uh-oh.
Thank God. Mine is lying down to bed.
Switch that song.
She don't know nothing about no sex. How old is she?
She's brand new. She
Oh,
just got here.
She just
She just landed on Earth not that long ago.
She still doing on sex. My kids smell like cookies and tube socks.
All right, y'all. Send me your sex questions.
Oh boy. Oh, we definitely, between two of us, I think we have answers.
Oh, we was already out
We were out there talking.
talking.
We know some stuff. And look, Camille even bought the boobs out for this one.
So I put on a t-shirt and a hoodie, and I was like, I can't wear this today. I was like walking out the door, and it was like, no, that's not the proper.
Not for the sex episode.
Send us your sex questions. If you are comfortable with conversations about sex for whatever reason as an adult, now is the time to
The
abandon
remainder
ship.
of tonight's Soul Dope will
remainder of
be in
tonight's
C-17 and above.
We'll be real. Right. You know what? I'm in this group of women who pretty much talk about sex. I want to go in there. They always got some excellent material. I can just get some things out of there.
Matter of fact, in the tagline, make sure you put NSFW, please. This Soul Dope is not safe for work.
This is not.
The Joe Button podcast always says, if you're at work,
Turn this down.
you didn't bring me any samples, though.
Explicit.
These are
You got a question, friend?
previous testers
Okay.
that are mostly non-functional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not bringing my private stash.
Oh, no.
They don't need to know me or my husband like that. Look at him real sideways, like, bro, your wife is there for me. And on him, he just gonna say, yeah.
Let's do this.
Like, I can cook, but he did not marry me because I cook good, I'll tell you that. Not in the kitchen, at least.
So in an effort to make this as candid as possible, I didn't do what I usually do and write down everything that I want to talk about.
Oh, good, because it's just going to go. We decided to leave the rails outside and just go completely off of them.
So we're going to start with a question. So welcome to the second segment of tonight's So Dope Show.
Yes.
I have on the couch
cam.
Shawntay Beckford. That's the couch cam over there, and the main cam. Shawntay Beckford, who, if you are in Columbus and her family's probably fed you, we're not going to talk about her family tonight.
Yeah, I love this show.
Let's love the show for that. And then, of course, Jasmine is here through a sinus infection. Things that we will get to in a minute. So this is the first So Dope sex episode. Oh, and the song that's playing is Walls Could Talk. I just released this, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't play it around no kids.
Don't play it around kids.
At all.
If you listen by yourself in a dark room, you might get yourself pregnant. It's a good song.
Yes. Yeah, I'm playing Cherry Wine, which is also... Okay, let me go back to the chat because there was a question in there.
What we got?
It's a lot going on over here.
I see.
Boom. I just had to like, hop on the line. Pause that. Okay, let me get back because I just saw something that I wanted to read. I'm just going to start with that.
In lieu of this sinus infection, if I have to pause to sneeze or blow my nose, life happens, y'all. We're here.
Alright, so it says, men will suck one nipple, then pull their dick out, ... the other one too.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to start with nipples and what we do and we don't like, because some of you actually still have no idea how to operate a titty. Let alone 2 of them of any size. Some of you are really good at it, but in my experience, most have no idea what to do. They sound good in theory.
Nipples are not going to give you a better signal if you twist and tune them.
Oh my God, that was
First and foremost, it doesn't work that way.
Twist them.
If you turn it a little bit to the left, you're not going to pick up 107.5. I promise, it's not going to happen. Don't do it. We don't like that. Gentle pressure, though. Gentle pressure can be good. Don't bite it like a little bite. Don't like try to
a nice little nibble.
A little nip.
A nice little nibble.
Some of them.
But don't rip the don't rip the titty off. Don't like chew on my nipples.
And don't act like an infant and sit there and run. Like, you have to have a good balance.
Men have nipples. So this is part of the reason why I don't understand why they don't realize that some of that shit hurts. Because if it would hurt if I did it to you, it really hurts.
Men are so protective of their nipples. And that doesn't necessarily translate well either, because there are things that we do to their dicks that they would never do.
I'm talking about their nipples.
Right.
Like they,
but I'm saying, so it doesn't necessarily translate.
Okay.
Yes and no, because I can't imagine some guy who's turned on by the idea of a woman trying to...
Now more licking and touching and like doing not so much as actual like suction.
But also, yes, guys, like back alluding to the initial statement though, yes, both nipples are important.
They're equal opportunities.
Like, because we already know that no nipples, no boobs are exactly alike. Right. We always have one a little off size, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the same way, we do personally have a favorite. And if you're only working on one, it's probably not the favorite one.
It usually is.
I promise you, the odds are not in your favor.
Do you think the favorite one is usually what side you dominate? Like if you're a lefty, do you think it's usually your left?
I mean, I can only speak from my own experience.
I'm trying to hear like
I'm thinking about it, like, you know.
I think for me, yeah, I'm alright. Yeah,
I think so. That's weird.
I just came across something. See,
I said, yeah, I think she just did something right there.
I think
We need a poll. Add a poll to this. Ladies.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No, don't chew on nipple.
See? Yes.
Why?
Because it's not okay.
No, not why.
No,
Why would you even
Why do we
think
have
that
to
we would
make
like
that? Why would we have to even make that a statement?
And
You know why? I blame Pornhub.
All the porn.
Y'all watch too many white women and
Too much porn, period. They're there to act it up and
Nope.
to make it look like.
those ladies do that shit 10, 12 times a day.
I feel
And desensitization happens, and
they're not feeling anything. But
yeah,
take
you
seven.
might have to a little bit, and that's not sexy at home.
Mm.
I don't want that. You back up, Fido. That's not cool.
You might get smacked.
You
Doing all
will
that.
get smacked.
And
At
just
the
because
very
they're
least, you're getting your
bigger
ears
doesn't
up.
mean you should be rougher. Like it's just extra like fatty tissue. It's not. The nerves are the same regardless of the size.
You
that you're
might
working
be
with.
able to get a little rougher with bigger ones, but
I
I,
mean,
think
like,
it just depends.
smack 'em
It
together
depends
or
on the
something.
person too. You have to know your mate. You have to know,
Exactly.
and you have to know the time and place.
You
It's
also have to know the time of the month.
Oh yes, very good point. Very good point.
Because there's about that 7 to 9 day space where my nipples are so sensitive. If you breathe on them, we will fist fight in the street like drunkards.
Oh, I'm pregnant.
Girl, bye.
Don't even look at them.
I
I'll kill you.
almost killed Chazzy's dad one day because of that.
I'll murder you.
Oh.
No.
You know what though? When I was trying to get the baby out, do what you gotta do, bro. We gotta make this work.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, not me.
like especially immediately after,
They're just so
Don't
sensitive. It's just like
right. And then you got this little person that is already chewing on them and gumming them to death. You don't want this grown man with grown teeth gnashing at your tender parts. You know? I need those nipples for later. Stop.
trying to feed your kid.
Nipple clamps. Have you ever used those? I have never.
Nipple clamps are a gateway drug.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
There are levels to nipple clamping. There are.
Is it like a whole thing?
Unfortunately, I don't have any of those to show.
Okay.
However, nipple clamps are absolutely a gateway drug. They're the initial, just slight squeeze silicone or rubber-based ones that you can just
Wow.
put a little pinch on, and sometimes they have a connector that gives it a little bit of a weight.
I didn't know anyone put that in this. Okay.
Then you have some that provide a slight suction. So especially if you have that guy that forgets you have a left boob, you know, just
Clamp something on the other.
right. And then there are the ones that vibrate. Those can be either
Wow.
electronic, to where you actually can plug and recharge them, or battery operated. The reason why I call them a gateway drug is because if you don't already have them, nipple clamps usually lead to nipple piercings.
Oh no, I'm straight on.
You know what? You say that, but you don't got none.
She's speaking on experience here. I'm just scared of anything with remotely that is not my ears.
Yeah, when it comes to piercing, only thing I would probably.
That's
try
another
to do
episode,
is-
though. That's another episode.
Is it? Because I feel like we're here.
We're here, let's
Okay.
But we're transitioning into piercings. I saw this diagram, right, of vaginal piercings, and then it was like I had no idea that there were so many different
There's
ways.
3 major vaginal piercings.
There was like 9 on this chart.
There's 9.
I mean, I think it was at least 9.
I'm counting 8, so I might be forgetting one. But the three major are going to be the inner and outer lips, so that might actually be two different ones.
Okay.
But there's lip piercings that are actually on the lip itself. There's a hood piercing that can be vertical, that sits above, like right on the head of your clit, or through your clit sideways, which I don't recommend. There's no stimulation in that. That is strictly.
And if you lose stimulation,
that one doesn't do anything for stimulation though. That one is strictly for looks.
I've seen rave reviews about the hood piercing.
The hood piercing is great, however, that amount of constant stimulation can desensitize.
Okay.
Especially if you have a larger or a heavier ball on it. Also, you know that kind of panty pocket that we have in our panties? Depending on where yours lays, your ball might catch it. Yeah, that is a sensation. And then there is the Elizabeth piercing, which is, it's a newer one. It's more of a surface combo. It's shaped like a belly ring, so it has a slight C curve. The base of it, the ball, is right above your clit where your lips meet, and comes out on the fleshy part of your vagina, which is actually so pretty. It's a very pretty piercing, but again, you don't lose sensitization with that one.
Okay.
So there's options in that.
I don't even think I saw that one. It's like
Only sensation I want is the penis thing.
Well, there's options with that too, because there are things called Prince Alberts that men can get, and I don't know any personally, but I have seen it.
Throw a cock ring on it.
I mean, that's an option too.
Yeah.
But with the Prince Albert piercing, they can actually get it pierced through their. And then there's a Jacob ladder where they can actually go like several up the base of their.
Do you know a black person that has this?
I didn't say I've seen any personally.
I'm just wondering, because please, by all means, if there's a black man out there who has these piercings,
there probably is.
I mean, there are.
But they're
No.
You can get it. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, they just are different. Each his own. But for myself, I have, let's see, 12, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I have almost 20 piercings. Most of which you will never see. Now, take into account 12 of those are in my ears. Y'all are nasty.
I mean, come on.
I was like,
that was a fair assumption.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, like, because of my job, I can't necessarily have my nose ring in. I can't have an eyebrow ring in. I can't have a lip piercing in. So, I mean, they're there. They exist. I definitely don't walk around as a mom now with a tongue ring in, because who wants to have that conversation with an 8-year-old? What do you do with that, Mommy?
What do you do with that? Ask your daddy.
Ask your daddy,
Ask your daddy.
So
if you're just tuning in, do not turn nipples like a dial on the radio.
Don't
Please
tune the titty. Do not
bite
them.
them.
Hashtag that. Do not tune the titty.
Do not tune the titty. Do not gnaw on them.
Do not tune the titty. Oh my God.
I think that sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, men don't pay attention to a woman's reaction to the way that they touch her. And they do what
you
guys do. You do what in your mind you like to see, and also what you think she would like. But that's not. And then totally don't pay attention to the way a woman's body actually reacts to your touch or what it is that you're doing.
If they do, they're a good lover.
Well, and see, and in that regard,
that's like number one at the list of being a good lover.
The biggest thing in foreplay, in sex in general, in any relationship, is going to be communication. Because if I can't say to you, "Ooh, I don't like that," and you respect and you don't respect that, then we have no relationship anyway.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a good experience.
Well, like if you're giving a dude head, or you like giving him a hand job, and he like wincing and shit, like you're gonna probably be like, maybe want to ease up a little bit right there, or not do that, adjust to like his reaction. I think we are more in tune to that than not all men, because some men are really good.
And not all women.
And definitely not all women.
But that is something that I think women pick up on. I agree more than
I will say though,
it's not a good.
I'm going to.
Right.
Okay, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm about to break girl code here real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Fellas, if she sucks at sucking, it is because she doesn't want to, not because she's not good at it, because somebody's getting a great job from her. Facts.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
I
Y'all
think some
lying.
women really don't. I know about myself.
Some women don't.
I'm not personalizing this. Some women really. It's not like, for the most part, outside of porn, unless you go like to a class, that there's a tutorial on like sucking dick, because they're different.
But then that's also you taking time to love your partner.
Yes.
But he might not be a partner like that. He might just be
you
that
can't
moment.
just be sucking all the dicks.
Well, right, but if that's the case, then we shouldn't be at that point anyway, bro.
So,
Let's
say a lot of
there in
women
life.
start trying to do that, I don't know, in their 20s. I'm going to be really generous because,
Nowadays.
Right.
Nowadays.
Let's say you tried for the first time in your 20s and then you're going through your little promiscuous phase, or just, getting to know yourself sexually, getting to know partners, and you just really, like, I've heard women actually literally blowing. Like,
Stop right now.
that is not what a blowjob is.
Oh wow!
But
I have actually never heard that.
There are some women who don't get turned on by giving head at all. So of course they're not going to be like super passionate about it.
Right.
But I don't think that everyone who isn't good at it is not good at it because they
It's
don't
a
want to
choice.
be good at it.
I refuse. I think it's a choice. And I only say this because not every guy is going to necessarily be. Not every guy is going to be your best cunnilinguist. We'll say that. Until he learns.
Not all.
And until you teach him.
Yeah.
And some of them still suck with instruction.
Oh,
I never be trying.
Oh, yes.
Well, then maybe that's when you put him on his back and you ride his face like the old town road.
I didn't get hip to like face writing until
I was like
in my 30s, in my 20s. So with women,
and I think
this
that's
whole
a
face writing
preference,
thing.
too.
It's the first time that I attempted such thing. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to hold on to? Like, no, I don't want to get up on the back of the couch and like
days.
hold on to the wall, and like there's nothing to hold on to. So then you're thinking about your safety and like trying to like
or his safety and not smothering him.
I mean, y'all better have a safe word of 2 top minimum or something.
My thighs is burning and
like, am I supposed to be squatting or having fun?
It doesn't feel really sexy at all. And like, I know people say that a lot, and people enjoy doing it, but
well, I think that's a
it's
great
not my
segue
favorite.
to. I think that's a great segue to the goodie bag then.
Oh boy.
I want to understand people who enjoy sitting on faces and are comfortable to sit there. Because I know that it's the whole if he dies thing with this meme.
I mean, I don't want to say that either because I don't want to be responsible for telling somebody's mother that I smothered your son with my vagina.
And and he went out, and I went out like a G.
He went out like a G though.
And I fell asleep like a G.
Okay. So to segue back to our one of our 30 Seconds of Joys, 4 weeks ago, that actually sparked this episode.
Oh, we're gonna have some product demonstrations. So
we're not gonna have demonstrations.
No, not like
time out. She's married.
Like demonstrations.
Okay.
Like at the grocery store when they like show you a new product.
These, I don't know if you can see them. Excuse me, Shawntay. These are 2 bullets. Let's drop that one.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's a tester.
See, I remember the old school bullets that were like silver
and
the circle with the string.
Yeah, those are actually called eggs.
The giant thing on the end that you put the AA batteries.
Those are actually called eggs.
Oh, okay.
There are levels.
Now they're
Yeah.
eggs.
Well, if you ever go to a store, they're actually kind of egg shaped. Don't get them. Don't get them.
Oh no. Technology is.
Well, for several reasons. One, that cord is actually going to be only good for about 6 solid vibrations.
Show these people too.
And it will.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, couch family. It will actually stretch. It'll dislocate, and the vibrations will weaken and ultimately stop. Which is why those are usually only about $17 to $20 a watt because they are garbage.
Oh, okay.
Flip side are what I'm showing the bullets. Now they do have these attached to the power pack and the string in some cases, but those are also garbage. Just get rid of the string. It's not a tampon. You don't need the string.
USB is a thing.
USB is a thing, and actually both of these are rechargeable.
Rechargeable.
This one is by FenFun. That's FEMME, Fun. And this one is by Evolved. Okay. The reason why I bought both of these two are because both of these companies have really excellent warranties. Warranties, ladies. Warranties. Okay.
I never even thought about
You can break
warranty
a toy.
on the sex toy.
I was about to say, yeah.
You can break a toy. One is
I never filled
electronic.
out the warranty card on the
Well,
sex toy.
actually, then you need Evolved. Evolved, you actually never have to fill out any warranty. You put it in a box, you ship it to them, they ship you back a replacement and usually a bonus toy for even having to go through the process. Yeah. You never have to register, you never have to enter in your information. Evolved is just that company. Now, when I was mentioning, I think I have the charger for both of these in here.
Okay, so let's talk about those and then get a question.
Okay.
Question.
Here we go. So, they're both USB based chargers. So, if you have a cell phone, you've already got the charger base. With this one, it inserts right into the bottom. Rechargeable. So, you never have to worry about, oh no, my battery died, and now I'm stuck here hot and bothered and no one to
I
call.
have to go get him out the remote control or the
And
kids'
then you
toys
call
or
that-
the fire detector or
Most toys don't take 9 volts.
I don't know.
And then this one actually has a pretty cool charger. It's magnetic.
And we can locate these on Amazon.
These can be found on Amazon. They
Amazon
can be,
has everything.
they do.
That's why I
However, if you're looking for something quicker or if you actually want somebody to walk you through a product explanation, because, you know, we don't know everything. We need to find out, you know, what works best for us. Go to your local Lions Den, honestly. They have a superstore in town. They have a bunch of regular satellite stores. Go to a store. Go to a toy store. Talk to somebody. Have them walk you through it. Go online. Look at product reviews.
And that way it's faster. You can use it that night.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately.
Now, with rechargeable toys, charge them first. I know the idea is, oh, I just got it. I want to play with it right now and see what it does.
Yeah, I'm an out the box person.
Charge it. Now, some of them do come fully charged. Some of them don't. But test your toy first.
I'm not even reading directions.
I'm gonna figure it out. We'll
If you can't figure out how to push an on button,
we'll figure it
and
out. Sounds like a good time.
Nice and strong.
and that is actually
that's number one.
that's actually number one. So there's 1,
That's not the evolved one though, right?
2, 3 is so fast you can actually barely hear it. And then they've got like whole sync options.
Number one was a little aggressive.
No, this one's aggressive.
Oh, that would get you right there.
You'll be
There's
sweet
no way on earth.
and 22 seconds flat.
You hear this one revving up?
As you
Oh,
vibrate the table, I'm going to read the first question. Men seem to have less problems pleasing a woman and going down
That's not.
than a woman going down on a man. That was a statement. That wasn't actually a question.
Okay. Yeah.
I
From a
actually
man.
disagree. I don't think it's necessarily that men are more likely to bring a woman to orgasm.
I think he means that men have less of a problem going down than women do.
Oh,
They're more eager to do it. than women are.
Oh, well, that's because of the hoe stigma.
I wouldn't say that either.
I don't think so. I think they're like,
I think there is, especially.
please give me some head. I want some head. Head would be great. Head right now.
that statement.
And then I'm gonna put it in, and we're gonna be good. You
Head would be great. Like
need head.
$1,000 would be great.
Have you ever had the head nudge thing, like when they try to?
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah, guys, we know what that is. It's not cute.
That is the quickest way to not get for anything. What is this? The throat thing? Oh, this is Make Me Come Clit Sensitizer.
Oh, so it makes it sensitive.
Yes, and that actually works on women and men. It is a topical. It's safe to be ingested, obviously. But what it does, you want to put that on about 30 seconds or so. Like literally the time it takes to put it on, rub and stroke it as a sample. And actually, you can keep that one.
Hey, too much. I'm
Pour you out something.
Shit. Actually, let me get some off the lid real quick.
So in your experience, do you think that men are more eager to give than women are?
I don't.
Not at all.
I don't.
Hell no.
Actually,
I don't even know what you're talking about, Freddie.
I think men are probably a little bit more hesitant because we have our cycles monthly, and some men who care, they think about that, and I think that revs through their mind over and over and over again, like, how clean is this chick?
I feel like if you have to ask that, exactly. If you have to ask that question,
But I think that all that kind of plays a part as to why they're probably more hesitant.
Way?
Yeah.
I think they're also more selfish sexually.
Touche.
And think that dick is like, that's everything. And there's so many other things. Like, our bodies are walking nerves. Like, if you really take the time to...
We don't need your dicks.
Pretty.
Never mind. Listen, either you're
We
gonna
just
do
put
it
it on the
on
table. We can put it on the table.
Either you're gonna do it and
or
you're
something
going
else
to
will.
stop bullshitting and pay attention to these women's bodies, or we're gonna get on Amazon and get packages, and they even have ones that suck the clit. And let me tell you something.
They do.
And Groupon.
They have some that actually just do basic suction. They have some that do sonic pulsing. They have some that you can set to match your phone and it'll go with the song.
Suction. You can buy suction.
They even have some that will suck
and
it,
clit
grip it, and then do this.
For real.
Right on the clit.
So do it right.
Or get replaced.
Friend, it is the truth. And I'm sorry that you're having a hard time finding people who want to give you some head. Like, but there are women.
Lies.
I know lots of women who really enjoy it very much and get turned on when they do it. It's just depends on the man.
Absolutely.
No shade.
Oh, definitely will get turned on.
Reason why we pull out the vibrator.
We don't have.
What is this?
We're pulling out
It's gotta be
toys.
dazzled and everything. We have shit with jewels on it. Like,
They're pretty.
It's pretty.
They're pretty.
do it right.
Now,
It's all
there
in
were
color.
some that I was not allowed to bring just because I didn't know how necessarily open this video would be, because we can't actually block this out for the age group. So there are actually penises, I shouldn't say penises, vibrators that are not only shaped like men. We can get them to size, we can get them to girth, we can get them to length, we can get them in uncircumcised or not.
What?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They have some where there's actually a skin shaft.
Yep.
Where you can actually turn it on and it pops out like an uncircumcised penis.
And note on that, I've only been with somebody that was uncircumcised once. And I realized, well, that's what it was. Like, after the fact.
I mean, honestly, when it's erect, they all look the same.
But they feel pretty good. Mm-hmm.
When they're erect,
well, that one did.
Really
the uncircumcised one.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It's an enjoyable experience. but that was only one dude. I don't know.
So-
I also ran into a micro penis. Has anyone else experienced that?
I know one. He lives on Eakin Road.
It probably might be the same.
And
dude
he
running
swore
around
he had an
the city. You talking about
anaconda.
him after you just whip it out not bing it out. I'm not body shaming if you have.
He
a
swore
micro
he had an
I'm body
anaconda.
shaming.
But
Sure.
but no. Be real about what it is, especially if you're not. Yeah, no, just no. It's absolutely not. Okay, so
Really, friend?
yeah, there was another question. Oh, let's do Shauna's question.
Oh.
Squirting.
Oh.
Is it something else or is it pee?
It is not pee.
It's definitely not pee.
It's not pee.
It's not pee.
It is definitely not pee. Okay, do I have
When's the
it?
first time?
Do I have
Go
it?
ahead.
I'm acting like I'm a host. When's the first time you ever
Yes,
squirted?
engaged.
So when's the first time you guys ever squirted? Or have you? I should.
I definitely have.
I'm not surprised at all.
I mean,
First of all,
let me pose it
shut the
correctly.
hell up.
That's why I was like, or have you?
Okay. Okay. So this lip on this toy is actually designed to stimulate a G spot. When that spot especially is hit, you are almost guaranteed to squirt if you have that capability. I do think that most women do. Can you look that up for me, please? Thank you. I do think that most women do. I do think that some women don't recognize the situation or are actually fearful that it might be pee and hold
Because
it
you kind
in.
of feel like you have to pee, but like not like you have like it's not.
You
the same
feel like
kind of
a
feeling,
sudden
similar.
pressure,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh God, what is that? And you're like, okay, no.
The first time for me,
Yeah, but
like,
when you
no.
actually
I was
like,
no, I
It's
can't do this
so
right now.
when you actually
That
cut
would be so
loose and
embarrassing.
let go, sheesh.
Child.
I mean, it's messy. Oh, if you do it right, it's
It's
so
messy.
messy.
But it doesn't have to be from G-spot stimulation either.
That's the
Like,
easiest way, though.
That's the easiest way.
That's the easiest
But
way.
it can be clitoral. But
It can be.
depends on how you do it. Like,
But you have to have like a deep clitoral orgasm for that.
mm-hmm.
So just I'm just going to tweak a little bit or some general vibrations not going to get it.
Suction vibrator thing.
Yes.
And-
So if you want an idea,
No. Yes. Okay. Today.
the easiest way for both men and women to understand their clitoris is to look at it like a penis. A man's
Mhm.
penis is not just his head.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's a whole shaft. Ours is
Don't
just.
forget the balls.
I mean, there's balls too, but that's something totally different.
It's like,
But-
don't forget, there's balls in it.
Yeah, there's balls. There's balls, baby.
You're welcome.
But
guys. Look, I know they're gonna say something about
for
that.
us, a clitoris is more internalized. Yes, you have the button, that's the little head, but there's so much more. And when we get that deep suction and pulsing orgasm, you actually feel all this internally contract. And that is pretty much the best way and most likely way that you'll get that squirting from clitoral stimulation, because it's
like a wave.
it is
There's
absolutely
one,
a wave.
But then there's something else
It is a whole
So,
thing.
oh,
that comes
experience,
after
child.
that. And it takes, I don't know, suction vibrator or skill, patience.
Absolutely.
I think it takes the right.
Mentally,
I was about to say. I
you
think
have
it's
to
a good
mentally
combination of
be there.
physical and a mental thing. Because if you're so scared too, like you're gonna hold back, and then you're gonna be like, no, and you have
Yeah.
to start all over again to really like have it happen.
And actually, yes, is that Shara?
Shara.
Yes, Shara, you're exactly right. And thank you for answering that. We did, but thank you also. She's exactly right. Squirting is female ejaculate. It is not pee. It is not urine.
It doesn't even smell like it doesn't even have
It
smell.
doesn't. It has like no smell whatsoever. If it does, maybe
Then you got a problem.
If you smell it, if it smells like pee, it's pee. She peed on you.
Wrong.
If she smells like pee, she peed on you.
That's
Because it shouldn't smell like
Ooh,
anything.
That was her trying to impress you, and
That's the Kells of a different
What's
color.
up, birds? You got some questions? You said you got some questions. We can ring it up. got in here. We're gonna
Oh,
have to
come on, Bert.
pick
You're
this up
supposed to be on
again.
time, black man.
Just in time for the squirting, yes. We're just gonna keep it right here on this topic and pick up with other things when we do this segment again, because apparently,
Yes, because we
of
have
course,
more.
you people like to
Talk about
talk
sex.
and tune in to sex. Let me see. I think I had another question.
Because we haven't even gotten to the guy toys. I have guy toys in here too, guys. I didn't leave y'all out, I promise.
Food before, after a rendezvous.
Oh, yeah.
We all get hungry. Who pays for the food been a deal breaker?
No.
I mean,
Okay, so wait. Are you referring to you
Like
pay
food
for the meal as a down payment for pussy? Because that's not how life works.
He's talking about food after, like who? When he said before or after. I don't super understand the question.
Let me see.
No, the food before / after a rendezvous, we all get hungry. Has who pays for the food been a deal breaker? Generally,
Joe, if you
or
are
after
still
you're
with
fucking
us, we
somebody?
need a little bit of clarity on that, honey.
I'm assuming you mean. It's like, what?
Sean Burr, shout out to the Fleshlight. Okay, real quick before we go, if
What's
you
that?
do not know what a Fleshlight is,
I don't know.
a Fleshlight, which I do not have because they are temporarily discontinued, so if they have some in the store, those are the last ones for a little while. A Fleshlight is a male masturbator. It is actually shaped like, you guys know what a Maglite flashlight is?
Yeah.
That real large, like, super D-cell flashlight. They're shaped like that, but they have inside a silicone sleeve, which is either designed with a shape of a mouth, a pucker of an anal entry, or a lip shaped of a vagina entry. And inside of that, through this shaft, they have nodules or twists or various different shapes for different types of stimulant.
Yeah.
If you have one of those, two things you will need. Get you a good water-based lubricant. Do not use silicone. Silicone will ruin your sleeve. Also, get a good cornstarch or the Fleshlight powder. Because once you clean it, and please, for the love of God, clean your toys, people.
Oh my God, clean your toilet.
Why would you not?
Because some people don't, and
Why?
it's just gross. Bacteria is a thing. But when
Even
you
if it's
clean your
just
toy, especially if you have a New Skin, Next Skin, Flesh X5, or any of those type of titles, flesh-based style toy, get cornstarch or a good flesh powder, because once you clean it, that skin will make like a sticky, kind of contracty feeling, and it's gross. But that flesh powder or that cornstarch will renew it back to a skin flesh feeling. Otherwise, the next time you insert it, it's going to be gummy, it's going to be jelly, it's going to be nasty, and you're going to have wasted, especially if you paid for a Fleshlight, $79 or more.
But tonight, look at the time.
So there's that. So we're going to do a part 2?
Yeah, definitely.
There's going to be a
I mean, you
part
can talk
2.
about, we only touched on.
Yeah.
We didn't get into.
Okay.
It'll give people
begun.
more opportunity to send more questions.
Yes, send your questions all
Okay,
week.
Joe's clarifying. It's dirty diggers. Okay. I will see you tomorrow, Burst. At Affirmative Distraction Improv Comedy Show tomorrow at Via
Vecchi.
Vecchi Winery.
I think, Sean, correct us if we're wrong.
I'm saying it wrong, but did you know Columbus has an all-black improv comedy team? Because
All
we do.
black.
The whole
improv.
cast is black, and they're super funny, and I will be on a guest on their show tomorrow. Nice.
And it starts at what time?
I don't know.
7.
7.
Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
I'm going to take a guess here.
If you do not already
Here,
have
like
your
7.
ticket, you can pay more at
More
the door.
at the door.
It will be $15. And again,
Yeah.
that is Affirmative Distraction, all black improv comedy show.
Commercial break. Doors open at 7. Okay, so Joe's clarifying. He said
What was touched? What?
he's always been expected to have food ready on his days.
You must have the wrong one.
No.
What?
I don't think that I ever.
I don't think I want to do it on a full stomach.
No.
That is so uncomfortable.
Very.
And it always seems like when you're having a really good time and you have really good food, the guys when they want to put you in the weird positions, and you're
They
like,
want to pretzel your ass.
hey,
Right.
these cities are really big, and I can't breathe.
One's in my face, one's on the
You
side.
ain't been wanting to put nobody in no pretzel position. Right now, there's pizza
Listen,
right here.
if I have a whole food
I'm
baby,
going
my
to
ankle
pass
is
out.
not going behind my ear. I'm just letting them know now.
I'm
It's not
sure
gonna
what
work.
you're doing feels great, but I have to concentrate on not suffocating on a couple things right now.
Right. I'm trying to not drown in my dinner.
I'm not doing it all full stuff.
Yeah, so eat afterwards, keep it light. If you're going to do a whole marathon, a fucking.
Sean said that
don't-
makes you gassy.
Oh yeah, you don't want
So-
them problems.
So, Joe, our answer is
That's a hard no.
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 Like, I guess it depends on who's hosting. If
Right, I guess.
you're at her house, she should provide the snacks. Or you can bring, what you want.
I mean, if y'all
And
have
she's
a
at your
marathon,
house,
if y'all have a marathon session planned,
well, you do
have some hydration.
Some men.
Right.
Get some
If
Gatorade.
you have a bachelor pad, because some of you have bachelor pads and you don't have any food, and she's really hungry afterwards, buy the girl pizza. Like, that was
There's
the problem.
Grubhub, Uber
Uber
Eats. I mean,
Eats,
it's all kinds of
Postmates.
I really need you to use your brain.
Yeah, you got options.
You got
Yeah,
plenty
I'm sorry.
of options.
All right, we're done. I've had a hell of a week so far, in a good way. Sex with Flo. No, we didn't talk about
We
that.
didn't get there
can
yet.
save that for the next
Okay,
sex
Burns,
episode.
send that to the inbox so that we can go
Talk
into
about
that
it on the
later.
March sex
That's
episode.
with Aunt Flo.
Who is right?
We are not going to go
Goodbye.
into that right now, Burns. We
What's
love
the
you.
other
Bye.
Uh,
Who's right?
he's still talking about the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He's-
So,
Hey, man.
Yeah. Of course you don't care.
Right.
I mean,
You laying
What
down
happens
towels and
in
being
the-
all nice.
what
and
happens
stuff.
between the confines of marriage is what happens.
Hey, you're right.
Shark Week. Have a good evening. Thank you all for tuning in to the
He
So
said
Dope
Shark
Show.
Week.
Thank you to George and Takesha Lee for being here for my Black Love segment to talk about their love. And to Shawntay, who we'll bring back for future sex episodes as long as she wants to. And Jasmine for
Her goodie bag.
being Jasmine and being back.
Jasmine
And
and
for
her
schooling
toys.
us. Yes, you should take turns providing snacks. Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what we meant.
I mean, definitely
Whoever
bring
your host
snacks.
is, it's your turn to have the wings ready. Over and out. Game!
Intern!
Intern! God.
Can you hit and
Ooh, I was about to say,
finish on
who's
both
about
of
to
these,
hit
please,
that?
baby?
Oh, go follow us on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in the So Dope Show, follow it. So that's where I'm going to be posting the shows.
Hit
And
finish. Hit